What's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Nerd Theory. We're
Well-
very excited to be talking with you all again.
You're late, Wazowski.
Yeah,
You're always late. I saw somebody in chat say that. Shout out to whoever said that in chat. That's kind of funny.
we were actually sitting here. We were a couple minutes before we actually went live, and we were reading some of the chat that you guys were saying about why we're late.
Yeah.
Entertaining. You guys never fail to entertain
Yeah.
us, so thank you very
Yeah.
much. First super chat from Tomaku says, Tomaku-san, he says, "Hey, Theory and Josh, hope you're both good. Are you still doing the What If Ben Solo Lived fan fiction?" I will do that. I just wrote a fan fiction last night. It was 20 minutes long, and it'll probably be out for you guys in a couple of days or tomorrow. So
Nice.
and it's gonna be a good one.
Nice. Very cool.
What's going on with you?
Not too much, man. Played a little bit of the new Halo over the weekend. I gotta be honest. So they did like a beta test kind of thing. I think they call it like a flight or whatever. And honestly, bro, there's just something felt off about it. I don't know. Like I had fun. Honestly, had a really good weekend in general, but I found myself being completely enraged every time I sat down to play Halo. Like literally about 4 games in, I was just losing my mind, bro. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like I'm supposed to be having fun. This is the weekend, and I'm here like really stressing out. But other than that, no, things are Gucci, man. You know, little slow for Star Wars news. It's the calm before the storm.
Oh my god, yeah, we were just talking about this chat. So we were saying how Star Wars is like super slow right now. And for all of you out there who are making Star Wars content, don't worry, your channel's not dead. It's just a very slow time. It's just the way it is. So
yeah,
it's fine. Yeah, don't give up.
Yeah, and I think that hopefully moving into the next couple of years, there'll be a plethora of content, which is kind of what takes us into tonight's, discussion, because there's sort of a leaked date, and insider Jordan Mason has his info. I find Jordan Mason to be a pretty solid source of most things. And he is saying that there's a strong possibility that Kenobi will drop in May of next year, which is really early in the year compared to even what I thought was possible. But what do you think?
Wait, dude, I did not think that was going to happen. And still, it's a rumor. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but I was thinking December.
Yeah, well, December is going to end up being the Mando season 3. So what's really crazy about this is what this kind of and so I saw somebody was posting on Reddit about this, and what it kind of feels like now, and this is wild. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. So you're gonna have the Book of Boba Fett running from December likely into February, okay, because we expect we'll probably get the what do they usually do? They do 10 episodes?
December 29th. I mean, it's like just January.
Yeah, so it's basically January. So it'll run for like 2 months going into there. Some people are speculating that you'll do Bad Batch Season 2 going February into May. Then you'll get Kenobi May into June. Andor will likely drop in July to October. And then you could see a late year, like that Andor thing could be pushed later. And then you could be seeing Mando Season 3 in that December slot, or maybe even a little bit earlier, depending. So that's a full year of Star Wars content. But I think the most intriguing thing to me, it would be getting Kenobi in that May date. So yeah, what are your general thoughts about that?
Getting Kenobi in that May date makes sense in the sense that Revenge of the Sith came out May 19th.
Yeah.
Was it May 19th or was it May 20?
Bro, that would be perfect if they put it out like the day to May the 4th. Date. Yeah. Well, May 4th would be incredible. I don't know. I mean, that was my first thought. I was like, dude, May 4th would be incredible. But since it's such a, sequel to Revenge of the Sith, it would be cool to put it out the date that came out. Yeah.
What day is May 19th? And what are they releasing these on Wednesdays now?
Correct. Yeah, that appears to be the model. So it'll be a Wednesday. Well, they could always break that. I mean, remember what they did with Bad Batch, right? Where they did the first episode on May the 4th, even though it was like a Monday or something, right? And then they did the other one on Friday. So they can change it up, but for the most part, their stuff is going to roll out on Wednesday.
May 19th is a Thursday. But, holy dude, May 4th is a Wednesday.
That would be pretty wild, bro.
I mean, they're probably going to do May 4th.
That would be perfect. And remember, like this May the 4th was so lackluster, man. It felt so disappointing to me. And next year's supposed to be the year of Star Wars. Well, no, did we get Bad Batch? Well, no, we did get Bad Batch, but I'm talking about for announcements and stuff. I didn't feel like May the 4th was very good this year at all. You know,
No,
even
it's
the year
dead.
before there. Like honestly, I remember doing a stream on May the 4th. And
wait, sorry, I'm mixing up this last May with the May before. Time is flying.
Yeah, this one was lackluster
There was
to
nothing.
me. Yeah, I remember doing a stream about it and kind of being like, well, even StarWars.com was like posting articles that were about merchandising deals and stuff like that. And I think the things they dropped were remember they dropped like the biome stuff and like some of the like atmospheric stuff. I remember coming on here and joking about it and being like,
by the way, the thing they just dropped, they dropped something. It's like the sounds of Star Wars or something like that. It's like the ships.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really cool.
Is it cool?
Yeah, I listened to it downstairs, like with the speakers and everything, and it was there were like ships going over my head. It was sweet. That was cool. Yeah. Yeah, the biomes was also really cool. I actually really enjoyed it.
Bruh. See, like to me, like I mean, it's cool. But I was like clowning on him a little bit, right? Where I was like, bro, the Disney Star Wars has literally fallen all the way to they're not going to do dialogue, characters, narrative, or plot. They're just literally going to put the friggin' ships into the atmosphere with music.
I was clowning with you, man, but then I watched it and I'm like, this is actually. I slept to the Mustafar bit.
Okay.
It was like maybe a minute or 2 minutes, and I'm just like kept replaying it. And I'm like, and then I fell asleep. It was nice.
Well, is that what it's for though? Like it's literally to put you to sleep, I guess. I don't know.
But it was nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, it's all right. For me personally, I was like, look, May the 4th is like, you got to give us the announcements. And even the year before that was like weird because they said like, oh, Taika's doing a movie and Leslie Headland's doing a show. And they didn't even give us like details, right? Like we had no idea what the Taika Waititi movie was going to be about. Like when was it? Is it going to be like, we don't know anything about their future plans for stuff. But even that was at least an announcement, you know what I mean? This year they went like radio silent on stuff. And then we come to find out later that Ewan McGregor shot a scene on May the 4th, remember, with someone he really cared about. That's what he said. He said, I would assume so, right? So there were rumors that we were going to see a little bit of that on May the 4th, and it's pulled back for whatever reason. They don't show us it or whatever. So
I think we're going to get some big flashbacks. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was pretty quiet this last year with Star Wars, but I feel like next year they're going to absolutely just smother us, and it's going to be almost too much. I'm like, okay, enough with the Star Wars. You know, Jedi Fallen Order 2, we're going to get an announcement about that. Probably a trailer, which means that it'll probably release, I don't know, maybe 2023.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's apparently supposed to be a series of those movies. That's the big, or of those games. So that's the big rumor. And I actually think they should try to pull something for next year. I mean, I know at this point it seems like 2023 is probably more realistic, but it would just be so wonderful if they surprised us and they were like, "Hey, Fallen Order 2, Christmas time, 2022," you know, and get us all excited. That would be the way.
The issue with Kenobi coming out in May isn't that the same time Celebration is happening?
Is it? That's crazy because I thought Celebration was later in the year, but maybe they did move it up to May.
Is it?
Let me check.
I don't know. I thought they moved it from August to September or August to May.
Anaheim moving up. Yeah, it's moving to May. You're right. Holy cow. Wow. Okay, that changes things. I gotta get on that. I haven't even
stay home. If that's the case, I'm staying home, man. I'm gonna just want to zone in on Kenobi. Make sure I get my breakdowns right. Make sure I get my watch parties ready to go.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, that's tricky. That is pretty tricky. I'm gonna have to look into that. So, I mean, I suppose if they hit a late May release, they could do some stuff. Maybe even show the first episode early or something at Celebration. Really? Yeah, that's interesting.
I doubt they would do that. It would get leaked hard.
Well, remember they actually did do that a little bit for Mando.
So it got leaked hard.
I don't remember that leaking out. I mean, I remember descriptions of it leaking out, but I don't think the footage leaked out.
It leaked. I remember I was trying to get. I was in the audience and I was trying to record my reaction, like my face.
And they like got you.
And dude, security like came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you can't do that." I'm like, no, it's to my face. He's like, "It doesn't matter." I'm like,
"Yeah,
okay, sure."
Yeah, that's wild. But I mean, I remember hearing.
Like taking recordings like way back because I saw footage of it on YouTube and I'm like, Jesus.
I remember hearing about that footage. That was one of the panels we couldn't get into while we were there, but like everybody was talking about it and people were really, really excited about it. So I don't know. I mean, they could potentially do something like that. I just think in general, man, like it's just been a weird kind of gap year. I think sort of accentuated by, the Pandy, and
Yeah.
obviously Mando season 2 was incredible, but it's really kind of felt like a big drought. And even though I liked Visions a lot and I liked Bad Batch, it didn't. It's like just, as a big Marvel fan, you look over at Marvel, dude, and they're just like they're cranking content out. Like it's
Yeah.
insane. And they're not stopping either. Like they'll probably
Oh.
double the output that Star Wars has next year. You know what I mean?
Why are they doing this? Like, do they feel like Marvel's such a bigger cash cow for them, or they like? I don't really understand why
Well,
they're.
I think it's interesting because I think part of it is that just in general, it obviously starts with a leadership decision, but like Marvel didn't start that way, right? So like
Yeah.
Marvel for a long time was like 2 movies a year. And then it was crazy when they went to 3 movies a year. I remember it was like crazy. People were like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
And now with like Disney Plus and the movies that are coming out, they're going to hit like 4 movies. I think 2023 will be the first year they have 5 movies on the books.
Jesus.
5 movies. And bro, like they're apparently right now juggling 30 different projects, 30 for the next couple of years. Like, and they have plans and plans and plans. And I also think there's something about Star Wars and Marvel where Marvel sort of lends itself more to that model because I mean with comics like there's always
It's
something
endless.
going on. Yeah, it's like endless. Star Wars you do kind of
Well,
want a reverence, you know what I
no,
mean,
dude.
to
I
those
would
things.
say the Star Wars universe is. I don't know if I can say it's as big as Marvel, but it's not far off.
It can be as big, I would say. I think that you could make that content. I guess what I mean is comic books and Marvel, because it's a little less serious, right? Like it's not as metaphysical. It can
Yeah,
exist
true.
very surface level,
Yeah.
it doesn't have the same sort of gravitas as Star Wars. Now, Feige and Marvel have done an incredible job of sort of building in these sagas, and like Endgame and Infinity War were insane.
Yeah.
But like Shang-Chi is not like, even though it's a good movie and it's serviceable, or even Venom, right? Like it's a good movie, it's serviceable, but it's not like Star Wars, bro. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have that feeling. It doesn't have that mythological connection. It's not, I don't know. There's something about Star Wars that I do think demands a little bit more of a reverence. So that's sort of, I believe, been the motif over there from like Kathy's perspective and probably even Dave's perspective too, has sort of been like, hey man, like it's Star Wars. Like they need to feel celebratory. Like they need to feel more ceremonial. Whereas Marvel, like, bro, slap Marvel on that, put a cool Marvel character in there, and like people are just gonna show up, right?
Right.
It doesn't have to be that same level of oomph. So I think that's probably part of it a little bit. And then also, you know, the big X factor is just Kevin Feige. Like there's never been a producer like this guy. Like the consistency in these Marvel movies, like, and some people hate it for that very reason. They're like, dude, it's too formulaic. You know what I mean? Oh, you're smiling because I'm simping on Feige again. Hey, I got a simp. I got a simp for my guy. What do you want me to do? Huh? I mean, it's
Yeah,
true.
here it goes again.
You know what I mean? It's true though. I mean, to be
Okay.
fair,
George is your Feige. Your Feige is my George.
I understand. I can get that. I can totally get behind that. And George is amazing, in all kinds of different ways. Way more as far as technology, pushing technology forward, But I think honestly, dude, Feige he was that dude. He was that kid playing with those toys. Like he talks about this all the time. Like he would go watch movies and he'd go home and try to figure out how to make them better. You know what I mean? And just like how to make it work. He did like 15 years in the industry working on Marvel movies before he ever did a Marvel Studios picture. It's like a perfect storm, bro. Like it's almost like we live in a simulation where this guy's like perfectly primed to be the guy at the top that's making these decisions, because the consistency is ridiculous, And
would you be happy if we got? You know what? I feel like they were really pumping out a lot of Star Wars until Solo bombed.
yeah, I agree.
I think
agree.
after that they were like, "Whoa,
Yep,
what happened here?" And I don't think they
100%.
really understand that it didn't have anything to do with the film. Um, at least in my opinion, I
Sure.
think it had to do with The Last Jedi coming out, and I think a lot of fans were just pissed off and they were done.
Yeah, I think there's, we've talked about this before,
Doesn't
but
mean
there's
we don't want Star Wars content. It means,
no, I agree with
you
you
know,
100%, bro.
I don't know why they would think that.
Even the people that didn't like Solo, and I'm one of them, right? Like, I didn't like Solo, but even me, I was like, bro, that's the wrong lesson to learn. Like,
Yeah.
the lesson is not let's make less Star Wars. It's let's make Star Wars that fans want. Because just being real, how many people really wanted that Solo movie? Like, when you think about all the different things they could have done, a Han Solo
Bottom of
movie,
my list. Bottom of my list.
it's not. I don't think it was high for anyone really.
I enjoyed it. I liked
Yeah.
the movie, but I wasn't. It's not something I was like, wow, they're making a Han Solo movie. It's like Han
Right.
Solo's epic. He's cool. He's one of a kind character, but it's not like it's a Kenobi or like a Vader movie or you know, it's whatever.
Yeah. And
I'll
it
see
and
it,
it
you know,
it
for sure.
became sort of really checklisty, you know what I mean? Where it was just like scratching all these boxes and like checking off all these boxes. And to me, like that's totally the wrong, like that's the wrong way to approach a project like that. But it's also the wrong way to approach making that franchise content. You know what I mean? Where essentially like they had this idea where they were like, we're going to continue and finish the story that George started while also going back and doing all these like nostalgic member berry kind of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's fill, like, they literally made a whole movie based off one line in the crawl to A New Hope. And I think Rogue One is fantastic, but that's not necessarily the best use of
Rogue
what you
One
could have
was
done.
dope.
Dude, Rogue One's lit. But what I'm saying is like that, even that idea, even that thought of like, that's literally their strategy was we're going to just tack on to the end of George's stuff. And then we'll go back to these unique times in Star Wars and do movies. I don't think that's that's not a good approach. Like, if anything, they probably should have done some spin-off stuff within the world of the sequels. You know what I mean? Like, because at the time, like, you know, they weren't as maligned and people weren't hating them. In fact, after Force Awakens, dude, people were hyped on the sequels and the sequels, you know, trilogy in the time period.
Absolutely.
And it's even possible that had they done more content around that time and filled it out more, number one, they would have automatically had to have a better plan, which is probably why they didn't do it, right? But that would have set things up to make a more, I don't want to say stringent path forward for Ryan, but at least like other stuff that he would have to consider and think about, right? He was like the sole creative voice. Well, if they were making content around that time, it would have been much harder for him to just completely ignore it and go do his own thing, right? Because they're like, oh, no, we're doing this show, or like we have this thing, which is exactly what Feige does. Like, Feige's like, this is the plan, this is the universe.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to tell people, even high profile creative people, no. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that's not going to work with what we have.
We're not doing that.
So, right. So, like, to me, they just kind of went hands off with it, and it ended up in a bad spot, because you're right. When Solo bombed, it was, I think, one of the most shell-shocking things that they ever anticipated. I don't think in a million years they ever anticipated that happening. And then The Last Jedi, which was very successful financially for them, I don't think they fully understood what that movie did to the fan base, maybe until like going into Rise. Like, you know, they might have finally figured it out going into Rise, where they're like, wow, like that movie was really divisive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that they just kind of went a bad way. And then Kathy's strategy was sort of to take a step back, right? I mean, she went to Iger and asked for the delay, and that's why we're not getting movies for several years. I actually think that's a good move, but it's a move that basically says, it's dumb, but it's like, it probably is necessary to where they were at, but it just shows that where they were at was not a successful standpoint. Like, can you imagine Marvel being like, you know, I think we're going to have to take a couple of years away from movies. Dude, are you kidding me?
No. Well, they just did the whole thing with Solo where it was like, they were pretty much done the film and then they just scrapped everything and started anew. You remember that?
Yes.
They had those two other directors, and then they brought in Ron Howard at the end, and he had to kind of redo the whole movie.
That's why the movie looks like crap. because they desaturated everything to try to get it all to match up. It's like a classic film school trick, right? Like I would see all these movies in black and white in film school. And the bottom line, it was because people couldn't actually color correct or get a proper exposure on their cameras. And the easiest way to fix that problem is just desaturate everything. Make it black and white and pop
It
up the
did
set.
look
You
pretty
know what I mean?
desaturated, hey?
It was,
It's pretty gray.
bro, there's so many things that I don't like about that movie, but that's one of them is the desaturation. And it's because they used what they had already shot. You know what I mean? And credit to Ron Howard because he made a serviceable movie out of it.
Ron Howard, yeah.
Oh, he's a cool dude, man. You know, but yeah, that was just kind of a mess. I can't believe she fired
reached out to the director of my fan film.
Did he really?
Episode. Yeah, because of my movie.
That's amazing. Is that dude working with them or something?
To hire him. I don't know. I don't talk to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's kind of interesting. Is there like a Sith thing going on there? You guys gonna fight on Mustafar?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he did a great job on the first one, and that's it.
Right on. Yeah, I think going back to the Solo thing, it's like weird to me that she fires them with 2.5 weeks of principal photography left. Like that's kind of mind blowing to me.
Yeah, hey.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's
but also maybe the story was just so whack that she was like, "What the hell is this?"
Oh, dude, I agree, and I think she probably should have fired them way sooner. That's the sin, right? The sin's not firing them. The sin was not making that call way sooner. You know what I mean? But I think she was spooked a little, probably because of what happened with Rogue One, because it was a similar situation with Rogue One, and then she had to turn around and pay Tony Gilroy like $14 million, dude. Tony Gilroy basically finished that movie.
Oh, wow. I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's a little probably gun shy to fire, and she's really hoping that it works out with Lord and Miller because they're staples in Hollywood, big brand. You know what I mean? Lord and Miller.
Do you feel Kenobi's going to be very good, or do you think there's going to be some disparity?
No, I think. I mean, look, maybe it's just my fanboyism taking over, but I think Kenobi might be one of the best Star Wars things we've ever seen. I'm hopeful. Like we've talked about this before, where like I get excited about some of the prospects here because I'm like, bro, I want the first true masterpiece Star Wars movie since Empire. I love Return of the Jedi. It's very high on my list. I love Revenge of the Sith, but I don't know if there's been a masterful, like a true masterpiece Star Wars movie since Empire Strikes Back. And I always think to myself, like, there's no reason it can't happen. And one of the big reasons for me is Deborah Chow, bro. Like Deborah Chow is an absolute stud. Like she has directed the best episodes of the first season of The Mandalorian, and it's not even close. Like that third episode where the Mandos come in at the end, I mean, it's a 10 out of 10, dude. Like the pacing, the dialogue, the editing, the music, everything. Like it's a 10 out of 10. She is a true artist, and they immediately recognized that, and they grabbed her up to do a whole show. You know what I mean? Like she's directing the most important show. And so I have high hopes, not to mention the fact that, you're bringing Hayden back, you're basically bridging
it's very
OT
sensitive.
And prequels.
This show is very, very sensitive. Like you thought The Last Jedi was sensitive. This show is going to be so much more sensitive than any other Star Wars movie, I think. Because you're now at this point where, we've gotten the sequels, and just, however you feel about this, however you feel about it, you can't deny that there is a bit of a wedge in the fandom because of it.
Yeah, agreed.
This show is going to be the last thing to either completely make that bridge fall apart or to band it back together.
I think you're right. I think
Mando season 2 did a fantastic job at that. But I think this is going to be the real test.
Yeah, I agree with you, because in some ways, like Mando and everything that's going on with Mando, including Book of Boba, it's almost like we've accepted that it's solid, but we've also accepted that it's sort of off to the side. You know what I mean? Like until Disney can prove to us that they can nail a different time period with characters that we love, you know what I mean? And like
these are the most important characters in Star Wars.
Agreed. And it's
Luke,
a big
Anakin,
test.
Obi-Wan. I mean, like it doesn't really get crazier than that.
Yeah.
Because then after you go into like the second level, I think, which is like Yoda, Palpatine.
Kit Fisto.
No, he's like He's like third,
Oh
fourth.
God. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. These are the big players. This is a big important time period. It's a big important show. It's bold in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? For them to even go there. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a bold step, for them to be like, oh no, we're gonna do Kenobi and we're gonna have Vader. We're gonna throw in some
Hayden.
Inquisitors, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna give you the lightsaber stuff. We're gonna establish what
We're gonna
this
give you
was
Maul.
like.
What?
Maybe. Wouldn't that be cool? I haven't heard anything about Maul, to be honest with you, but it's a bold move. You know what I mean? And it could come back to haunt them. I feel like they almost. I don't know.
They're gonna knock it out of the park, man.
Yeah,
I think they're going to melt our freaking minds. I think they're gonna make every fanboy's wet dream. I think they're gonna just absolutely win us over. And look, if I'm wrong, best believe us and the fans are going to have something to say about it for years, but I don't think so. I think with John and Dave behind this, I think, these are guys that not only know the story, but they're invested in it. They're passionate about it. And I think they're going to do a really good job.
Yeah,
they won't let it go to shit,
No. I mean, I agree. I honestly don't know how much John and Dave are actually involved with it, though. That's the only thing that I'm a little bit nervous about. I think Dave is obviously involved because of his whole thing, but I don't know if John is involved with Kenobi.
John's involved.
I know he was involved. I mean, I know he was involved in some aspects of it, but they were more like, yeah. So I've heard different, actually. I mean, he was on the Kenobi set, but he wasn't shooting Kenobi, from what I heard.
He wasn't shooting Kenobi, but he was there. He was there with Dave.
Yeah. I heard that too.
It's going to be fine.
Hey, look, I hope it's fine. I hope you're right. I just, from what I know, they were doing their own thing. That's what I was told. They were there, but they were doing their own stuff.
Nah, it'll be fine.
I think it'll be more than
popping.
I think it's going to be popping. Absolutely. I think it's going to be absolutely insane.
I think the whole internet's going to be making fun of me again for crying.
For crying? Dude, you're going to cry when they lightsaber fight again.
Dude,
you're going to be like, you're like, no, they can't do this.
What does that mean? Here.
Yeah, man. Dude. That's a good one. That's a good one, bro. That might be it. That might be it.
I mean, these characters were, they were my time. Like, I was 9 years old. The Phantom Menace came out in theaters, and like, I'm a prequeler. I was raised with the prequel. I mean, it started with the originals, but then went to the theaters, and it was the whole buzz around. Like, there will never be a time when Star Wars, the prequels were coming out, and Harry Potter was coming out in theaters.
Yeah, pretty hype.
I haven't experienced anything like that again.
Yeah, I'd agree. Around that time, those were just the days for trilogies and movies, man.
Revolutionary movies and the technology and the mysticism and the magicalness, and it was just right, chat. Like, I feel like if you guys were around there during the prequels and Harry Potter, like, you remember that feeling in the air. You remember how exciting it was. Type 1 right now if you were around during that time. Matrix,
dude. Lord of the Rings, too. Like, that was just such a good time for movies and trilogies and crazy stuff like that. Yeah,
Superbad.
Superbad was sick, bro. That was later.
High school.
Yeah, that was late. That was much later. But that was a fun movie for sure. Let me ask you this:
are there people in the chat? We love you.
I know, right?
You
old heads. When it comes to Kenobi, do you have any like fears? Is there anything that you're like, oh man, this would kill it for me, or like this would really like bug me? What do you think?
Yeah, if they do what they did with Rey and Luke. So if, like, let's say someone goes up to, male or female, doesn't matter to me, they go up to Vader and they like kick his ass or they best him or something, and I'm like, this is a character that has no place to do something like that, I'll be pretty shook.
Yeah, I hear you. So let me ask you this: what about sequel references, like some references to like Palpatine's plan or some shit like that? Yeah, how would that sit with you?
That would really hurt. Yeah.
So I think for me,
that would really mess it up for me.
Yeah, I hear you. I think for me, the only things that I really fear.
I didn't even think of that.
Oh, I think that you're going to get some of that, but I would just hope that it's not going to be
Overbearing,
too overt.
in your face.
Yeah, not too overt. I mean, dude, from what I understand, it's just, bro, like the Inquisitors and having the Grand Inquisitor in there and shit, like that is wild, bro. You know what I mean? And like that whole side of the Inquisitory and like seeing the Empire hunt down Jedi, you know, there's just a lot of dope stuff. I think for me, the only thing that could really kill it for me is like the vibe. So like, so if it feels like almost they really have to nail it feeling just like the character that we were with in Revenge of the Sith. Like I think Obi-Wan will be a little bit more depressed and he'll be a little less hopeful than he was before. But if like I can feel that this is just Ewan doing another, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel truly connected and the vibe is just a little bit off, but they're like, screw it, it's Kenobi, let's run with it. And it's more like, you know, spectacle over substance. That would hurt it for me. So there's a little bit of a fear for me of it being like too much wish fulfillment, I guess. Like, you know, this will sound weird to some people.
Too much fan service. That's right.
Yeah, so that's what I mean, though. But that's like a feeling thing. It's not necessarily the contents of the show, because the contents of the show could be well balanced. It's like the narrative of the show has to feel Star Wars, as to feel like Kenobi in that time and place. It cannot feel super serialized, like here we go Kenobi. Like the last thing I want is like the Clone War dude voiceover, right? Like when we last met Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know what I mean? And like that kind of a vibe, that wouldn't
that was pretty good, man. I miss those intros.
Dude, they're great for their own thing though, right? Like
in the last episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars.
But you know what I mean? Like that's a little too much, right? If they go too just kind of like campy and just trying to push it through, and then like all of a sudden we're in a scene with Vader and it's like, oh, there's all this fog and it's Vader and we're like, oh shit, it's Vader. And then like back to Kenobi and it's just like him in the desert and he's all sad. Like, and I don't think this is going to happen. I think Deborah will do a very good job of extending that feeling from Revenge of the Sith. I think she's going to nail it. But that's my only concern, is that it'll feel a little too, like, honestly, I'm afraid it'll feel like them going back to do a Kenobi show because they know it'll be successful, and not nailing the feeling, not nailing the vibe. You know what I mean?
Like what they did with the sequels. You know, I think they're really gonna nail it, man. I just don't see them shitting the bed on this. I really don't. I think that, dude, like I keep carrying the mantle, like saying John and Dave, like they're just, I don't see them missing ever.
Yeah,
ever. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a super big deal, and I think they understand. I mean, first of all, you know, they did pretty much page one rewrites on the show, from what we understand, right? And by the way, one of the rumors, and we don't know this to be 100% true, but one of the rumors is that in the original version of the show, you weren't gonna see Kenobi until like the end of the show.
Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, bro. That would have been absurd. Like
I would have, dude, Jesus.
Yeah.
Everything the internet has seen with me regarding any sort of, it just wouldn't. Yeah, I would not be quiet about that at all.
Yeah,
that would have been horrible.
I mean, that would have been absolutely
cover like, who was it supposed to cover? It was like Ashard Het's daughter.
Yeah, somebody like that, and she's like looking for Kenobi the whole show, and she finally finds him or whatever. Dude. Look, apparently, though, cooler heads prevailed, and apparently Favreau was one of those heads where he was like, no, you know, and same with Dave or whatever. So they adjusted it and changed it from that to
that's great. Thank you.
The show that's going to be now.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Oh. Oh man! Somebody said throwing sand. He wants to see Kenobi throw sand in Vader's face. Ooh,
yeah,
that'd be rough.
Anyways, shall we read some soupies?
Yeah, let's read some soupies. Oh, one last thing before we get into soupies, I want to ask your opinion of this. So, we talked a little bit last week about them doing more content outside of canon. Well, a couple of days later, the story came out that the rumor is that they want to do an animated version of the original trilogy based off of the original second draft that George did when it was the Adventures of Starkiller.
Oh yeah. I
And
heard about this.
and it
Yeah.
was like Ralph McQuarrie based
His original
art
concept.
and his
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Like,
What do you think of
but
that?
like Anakin Starkiller and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You wouldn't be upset about it?
No.
Good. Me neither.
Why?
Well, there were a lot of no. I'm actually here for it, but a lot of people that I talked to, some people on my streams and stuff about it, and they were like, "Oh, I don't really want them to retouch the OT at all." You know what I mean?
Well, they're
But
not. It's like a what
yeah,
if.
exactly. It'd be like a what if thing, and also based off of George's stuff and Ralph McQuarrie's stuff. I don't think you could go wrong with that. I think that would be good.
No, yeah, exactly. So whatever, it'd be fine. No big
Yeah.
deal. What was that something
Yeah.
in the contract when George signed it anyways and he passed it over to Disney that they can't touch the original trilogy?
Something like that. I mean, it's rumored. We don't know for sure, but yeah,
Yeah,
that
who
appears
knows?
to be that. Yeah.
All these rumors out there. Okay. I shall bring up the soups on the screen.
Soup it up. Soup it up.
All right. Right.
All right.
Okay, so we read the first one. Did you see Vader's castle in What If? I did not. No.
You didn't see? It's kind of interesting. They slipped it in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Banging the homies. Missed you guys. Been a while. What's up, Star Wars Obsession? Don't let Josh standard time take over theory.
Yeah, they always, because we were late. JST, Josh Standard Time. I'm always a little bit late, but I'm not even that late anymore.
No, that was me. That was me tonight. It was my fault.
Yeah, and I've been pretty much on time lately over Den of Nerds Live. So you shut your mouth, Stevie, when you're talking to me.
Charlie says, general theory, always look forward to hearing these streams as I train. Saving up for charity stream, St. Jude's. Thanks. Nice, dude. Bro. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Haven't really sent much in tonight's live stream. And I hope you're saving the money for October 15th. So that's when we're going to be doing the charity stream. And yeah, we don't really have any guests, actually. So I put out something on the internet. Man, nobody really reached out. So I need like big creators, like people who have like a big amount of audience to bring in a lot of their people. But I think it's just going to be us. It's just going to be me, Josh, and Mark Fernandez. So we're just going to be chilling. I'm going to try to stream as long as I can. And then I'll just leave the charity stream up indefinitely, and people can go in there even a year from now and donate. But
cool.
Yeah, hope to be able to raise a lot of money. That'd be nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell Josh Wawa is dope.
Wawa is dope. You ever been to Wawa?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you're missing out, bro. You come to the States. Come on now. Do some Wawa.
Is that food?
Yeah, it's like a gas station food joint, but like, bruh, they've got great food. Yeah, great food, good vibe. Like a Philly thing, but then they're also in Orlando randomly. Yeah.
What have I been saying, Marvel? Enjoy the end of the year of Marvel. This is going to be the year of Star Wars. Get ready. Pack your bags, kiddos.
Yep. Next year's going to be heavy.
Maybe it comes out on May the 5th, since a lot of people call that day Revenge of the 5th.
They do, because of the Revenge of the Sith, John. Yeah, they do that. So
maybe Disney's got something going on where they're like, you know what? We really want to make a lot of money in 2022 for our financial statement or something. So we're just going to release all of these shows then. Because it's like, why wouldn't they release Boba like in October or November?
Yeah, I don't know.
December 29th?
Yeah, December 29th is pretty rough. But then again, I think some of that's just like the production. I think we're still getting out of the production woes of like Pandy stuff. I mean, think about your situation. It's still terrible to shoot, right? Yeah. So some of the stuff's getting pushed because like especially in the heat of last year, everybody was writing, but nobody was shooting. So like they probably have a lot of stuff ready to go, but they don't have a schedule, you know what I mean, for that.
I think I'm going to film spring of 2023.
Nice. Wow. That's nice. That'd be great.
Yeah. That's the date I'm looking at now. But
can you put me in as a hut and have my face in as a hut and Jabba Josh?
Yeah, you can be in if you want.
That'd be nice. Yeah. just like a random hut. Just cut to a random hut, and I'll just be like smoking on something. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't even have to be up here. I could just CG your face on like a random fat hut,
dude.
smoking a fat
Perfect,
cigar.
perfect.
You could maybe be in like an end credit scene.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm down. Yeah, people are hyped on it already.
Josh hitting the pen.
I haven't hit it yet, but it's actually just this is all just 100% legal tobacco. So don't think about it. Don't call the cops.
Are we gaming tonight,
bruh? You trying to game?
Wow,
bruh. I'm trying.
Thanks, man. Kenobi would be happening during Celebration 2022. Yeah, I think so too, Jedi Scum. Hey guys, just want to thank you for being such awesome Star Wars fans. My question is, would you be able to forgive Disney for effing up the Kenobi show? No. Nope. You should do First Blood, Last Blood for Movie Bros.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Nah, the sounds of Star Wars isn't supposed to put you to sleep. That's what the sequels are for. Funny. How did you guys meet? And how many steps in your secret handshake that we all know exists?
Oh, it's like 37.
We met in an underground poker game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I was definitely smoking on some stuff down there. Tell you that.
I was not in the right mind.
All the spice. I tell you.
Yeah, that was a fun evening. Yeah.
It was a good
and
thing.
Then I was like, hey, I got a Star Wars channel. And he's like, oh, really? Like, I love Star Wars. And I'm like, oh, cool. Maybe you should come on and we could, I don't know, make a show or something.
Yep. And then Tobey Maguire took all of our money.
Yeah, the bastard.
Yep.
Oh, well. Whatever. Do you think that Disney rethought Boba Anthology and made it a series, Book of Boba, instead of the Solo movie didn't do well? Instead, after the Solo movie,
slightly different. No, I mean, maybe what I would say is they probably took a lot of the assets that they had made for the Boba Fett movie, because Lucasfilm does this a lot. They repurpose assets, so they probably used a bunch of that. Yeah, but no, that had more to do with Josh Trank, unfortunately. So he had a meltdown when he was on the set of that Fantastic Four movie, and after that, Disney. I mean, I don't know if he's really working much at all anymore. So they canceled his movie unrelated to Solo. It was because Josh Trank was.
Oh, this is a person. I thought you said Josh Drank, and I'm like,
no, Josh Trank, super cool dude, but like whatever happened on the set of Fantastic Four, like he apparently went nuts, like destroyed property, like went crazy, bro. So Disney was like, no thanks, bro. We're not going to make your movie anymore.
Darth Maul was the only good thing about Solo. Yeah, Darth Maul was really cool. I hope that they'll continue his story in his series.
Yep.
I get that Solo wasn't asked for, but as a Star Wars movie, why don't you like it? I like it.
Bro, I mean,
Josh doesn't like it.
I've talked about this. I'll give you the real quick stuff. Felt like a checklist. Every movie every planet looked the same. It was all just desaturated crap. They kill off Tandy Newton way too early in the movie. Didn't make any freaking sense at all. And then Woody Harrelson's just playing Woody Harrelson. I love this guy, but he's just playing Woody Harrelson in the movie. A lot of contrivances. Really ridiculous plot twist with the girl that looks like she could fall over because of a strong breeze, but is somehow leading the rebellion. Just boom. But what else? You want me to keep going? I can keep going.
You know who plays the same character in every single movie, pretty much?
Who?
Ryan Reynolds.
It's true. He's been pretty typecasted. I'd agree with that.
Dude, it's the same.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sam Jackson's pretty close to that too. Sam Jackson's always just be playing Sam Jackson pretty much. Think about it. When's the last time you saw Sam Jackson have range?
Django Unchained.
True, he did actually have some range in that. That's true. And in, you know what else? In Black Snake Moan, actually, he had some range in that too.
Get out of here with that. Sam Jackson's a legend. Don't eat.
I didn't say he wasn't a legend, bro.
My lady and I loved it. It was trashed on because it was released after The Last Jedi. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah. I have money on Kenobi is going to be perfect. Put your money where your mouth is. Fatal J and X-Wing, get your money ready.
Wait, what?
Who?
What happened? I know those guys, but like, what did they say? I don't even
I
understand.
have money on Kenobi going. I don't know. I don't know what he's saying.
Oh, he says it's gonna bomb or whatever.
Okay. No, he says it's going to be great.
Oh, okay, right on. Oh, he's got
He's
literally money
talking
on
about
it. So he
Jay
put
as
a
in like drunk 3PO?
yeah. No, Fatal J.
Oh, is that somebody else?
Yeah. He does like a lot of DC stuff. He's friends with Callus. He's a cool dude.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Do you think George visited the set of Kenobi? I hope so. Maybe.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Okay, but can we talk about the officially licensed Hasbro Black Series George Lucas Stormtrooper action figure?
Dude, did somebody buy one and send it to my PO box? Because otherwise, I don't really want to talk about it.
Josh, you know what? I want to kind of vent a little bit to chat here. So there's this rep, I think, from Hasbro that for over a year keeps emailing me like the newest photos of new product or whatever, and they expect me to share it on my social media. And I've like been like, hey, like, are you gonna send me something? Are you gonna send me these? Because they send it to the other guys that post it.
Yeah,
they don't send me anything. What the hell?
Yeah, bro.
You want me to post this? So I just delete it.
Dude, I still get
Hasbro person. If you're watching this, send me stuff. I'm not posting your crap
anymore. I definitely don't hate Jay. Drunk 3PO is a good soul. I like that guy. In fact, for some reason, Twitter made me unfollow him or something, or maybe somebody else was on my account and they were like, screw him. So I refollowed Drunk
Jay.
3PO today.
I'll say it. I hate Jay.
Well, there you go.
Screw Jay.
There you go.
I'm just kidding. Hello from Sweden. Hello.
What's up? How's Sweden doing?
Oh, no, I missed.
You guys have nice chocolates over there in Sweden.
Prayers to Tom Kane, who does the Clone Wars voice, suffered a stroke last year, and I believe he can't speak at the moment. A lot of legendary characters. Yeah, I hope he's going to pull through.
Yeah, I hope he's going to be all right for sure. Yo, shout out to the Knights of Melvin. And I definitely
shout out to Melvin. Josh hates me, but I love Josh.
I definitely don't. Why does everybody feel this way about me? You know what's funny, bro? Can I vent just for a second? I did a little reaction to Venom, right? And I was like, oh, I like Venom, but here's some things or whatever. Bro, I had people in the comment section being like, Josh likes everything. It's the Dennis Shills. And then I had people blowing me up on Twitter being like, bro, you didn't like the movie. Like you're confusing and your take when you did the reaction. What is it? Is it something about my face where I say things and people just get upset at me and they think I hate everything? All right, then over.
Cody says, do you think they're going to use some stuff from the Kenobi book? Ooh, yeah.
Maybe.
I think they're going to use stuff from Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader.
I would be really interested to see like what Deborah was thinking, what the writers were looking at. You know what I mean when they wrote it. So,
or they're just going to make up their own stuff. Still remember all the great toys when episode 2 and 3 came out. Also the ones from the cereal boxes. By the way, I turned 23 today. Greetings from Germany. Hey, happy birthday, man!
Happy birthday!
Herzlichen Glückwunsch Geburtstag. Herzlichen, something like that. Is there an exact time you guys would want Kenobi to take place? How old do you want Luke to be? Well, it takes place 10 years after.
10 years after.
That's a perfect time.
Yeah, no, it's.
You know what? I would love to see what happens right after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. Possible we even get some flashbacks to those kind of things as well. I mean, we've heard the temple scene is in there, so.
If I had $1 for every time Josh didn't read chat, I'd be in the right live stream. Wait, where am I?
Oh, jeez.
Did you watch the Star Wars Lego special yet? Oh, no, I didn't. Did you?
Yeah, I didn't either. Nah, I didn't.
We could do it together on Movie Bros.
Dude, we should.
On here.
We should. Well, we're hopefully going to do a Venom 2 vid tomorrow, just talking about Venom 2. And then we're both going to try to do a rewatch of the Daniel Craig Bond movies. And maybe like either Wednesday or Thursday, we'll do a little stream kind of talking about
everything.
Those Bond movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Truth.
Yeah.
Not the biggest fan of the sequels, but they aren't going anywhere. I'd like them to do some rep work like they did with the Clone Wars. Ahsoka is my fave.
Ahsoka's good.
Do you think we could see Ahsoka and Kenobi?
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Chak Even Nova 95. He makes fantasy fights, but all EU.
Well, that seems cool.
Cool. I'd audio in and do Star Wars voices for donations.
Nice.
Let me know. RCAF vet from Ontario. Just lost my grandpa to leukemia. Love to help any way I can. Hey, man, I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. That is tough.
You mentioned the prequels. I saw them all the way out in theaters, and it was amazing. Even had fun waiting in line. So glad to have experience seeing them in theaters. Me too, dude.
Dude, he's so right though, because back then even waiting in line was dope. Like I was dressed up, and everybody was just like the vibe was right. You know what I mean? Like the vibe was right.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just fun.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy and the Geeks and Gamers crew said they'll be involved in the charity stream. If you want them to, holler at them. Yeah, I already invited them way back then, but they never replied.
Send another Raven.
It'd be awesome if Stig Asmussen, the director of Jedi Fallen Order, included Kyle Katarn and Cal Kestis' story and probably separated New Jedi Order. Ooh.
That would be fun. Dude, I think Cal might get some play. Cal Kestis might get some play. He's a very popular character. That game was very popular. So why not keep him around?
You going to C2E2 this year to see Hayden again? Celebration 2? I got my tickets to Celebration, but if Kenobi's coming around during that time, then I might not go.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's some other things going on that may not allow me to go.
Yeah, it's still a little bit weird with the travel and everything like that. So we'll just have to see.
Mm-hmm. Theory, I love your website. I posted my heat activating lightsaber mug. You should check it out. You think it's really cool. Oh, cool. Thanks, Vince. I'm glad you like the website. With Thrawn making his live action appearance, who will we see as his number 2? Eli Vantos or Captain Pelion?
Yeah, I think that seeing Eli would be great. We don't really know where Eli is at this point. I think the last time, well, I haven't read the latest Thrawn novel, so I'm just kind of speaking out of pocket here, but he was sent to the Ascendancy, right? Well, no. That is the last we see him because these new novels are prequels to that. So Eli is out with the higher Ascendancy. It is possible we would see him, but he won't be Thrawn's right-hand man. He's like a Thrawn replacement. He's like somebody Thrawn trusts to go help the Chiss. And then as far as what did he say, Arlani, or who did he say was the other one? Oh, Pelion from the books. Maybe could do Pelion from the books, or you could do just Ezra. Maybe him and Ezra have a bond at this point.
We're gonna see Ezra.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think Mina is the guy.
The Ahsoka show. Mm-hmm. I bet Fatal J and X-Wing 101 odds the canon will not be broken. I have that much faith in Dave and John. John will do it right. I think so too.
Yeah.
Get the amazing Lucas on your October 15th stream.
I've streamed with that dude before, actually.
Who is that?
I don't know how do I describe the amazing Lucas. He's like a jacked young black dude. He does a lot of, like, I wouldn't call it, how would you guys describe his content? It's like some of the stuff like calls out people, calls out atrocities and stuff like that. Honestly, I haven't watched him in a long time. I assume he's still doing that kind of
relevant stuff. To my content?
I don't think so. But then again, I don't really watch stuff all that much now. Maybe they're making the connection that he does stuff for charity, or maybe he's involved in like
the only people I watch on YouTube are Nelk and Steve will do it. That's it.
Right on.
How would you like to see Kenobi break canon? Maul kidnapping, Luke or Obi-Wan, Vader, Maul working together to stop Tor Valum? That'd be cool.
Tor Valum would be
so. For those who don't know, Tor Valum was essentially the Snoke of the sequel trilogy in Colin Trevorrow's Episode 9 treatment.
Yeah.
That never saw the light of day.
Yeah, interesting concept.
Like
yeah,
Plagueis' master or something,
something like that. Like he taught some crazy stuff to Palpatine or something. Yeah.
Peace, Theory, peace, Josh. Love to chat. See you, man. Should they do a replaying of Star Wars in theaters? Sure, why not?
They should definitely do that.
Right now,
I would go see them.
It's a little tough.
Yeah, I don't know.
No celebration is a convention. Oh no, C2E2 is a convention in Chicago. Hayden will be there to promote Kenobi's in a few weeks. Ah, cool.
That'll be sick. Hopefully he slipped up and says something juicy.
Yeah, can't leave. Book club streams discussing chapters of Star Wars Ronin. That'd be cool. I have like the new.
There's that one based
Visions?
off of the first. Yeah, it's based off the Visions episode.
Comes out on the 12th, right?
Yeah, I'm hyped.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Larry Fisherman III, thanks, dude. Lucas is a comedian and also a nerd of this stuff.
That's cool. That's cool. I know he does like comedy type stuff. I think I was on a stream with him on Andy Signore's channel. It was like I actually debated him about Marvel. It was like a long time ago though. He's a nice guy.
Even Nova 95 is going to post a Jaina Solo Fell versus Anakin fight soon. His videos are long and go in depth on the characters. Cool. Arlo, thanks, man. I don't know much else to say. Do you?
No, man. I think like we said, kind of a slower time, but we got into some cool combo about the old Kenobi. So yeah, I think I spoke my piece.
Oh, Swag Lord says he's not leaving when he said peace. All right. Thanks, dude.
Right on, man.
Yeah, I feel like we got our point across here, and I'm excited to see the next steps for Star Wars. I mean, essentially, I don't think we're going to be getting anything now until Book of Boba. I don't know when we're going to be getting a trailer. I hope it's soon.
Yeah. I hope so, too. I really hope they don't make us wait all the way until the November 12th thing.
Oh, did I miss your super chat? Hold on. Sorry, buddy.
Sometimes that one screen doesn't show all of them.
Yeah, it doesn't. Grüße aus Deutschland, German vid anytime soon? Yeah, my German's not that great. It used to be my first language, but
for real.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was actually born with blonde hair.
Okay.
And then it changed to brown, and then
I seen some party. Yeah, I seen some party boy pictures of you with your brown hair.
Yeah.
Some people were showing. I think Vito. How about that nunchucking thing? Vito sent me that video. He was so hyped that you watched him nunchuck, bro. He was so hyped, bro. He's such a wild boy. He's such a wild bull.
He seems like a dude that you would be friends with forever.
We got to party with him like whenever you're in the States next. When we go to like a convention or something, we'll go out. We'll do like a little rooftop drinking session, just you, me, and Veed. Maybe twist something up,
$200 super chat? No, considering chat revenue is under $200. So I don't think I missed a $200 super chat.
Yeah, that would pop up.
Yeah. And if I missed anybody else, I'm sorry. I hope you guys have a great night. Hope you enjoyed this week's Nerd Theory, and we'll catch you on Movie Bros tomorrow, and then we'll also see you next week as usual. So make sure you save the date for October 15th, where we're doing a charity stream for St. Jude's, and I'll see you guys next week. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Oh, this always happens.
What happened?
This always happens.
Larry Fisherman.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you for making the days at work go by fast. I appreciate you. Sub for you. Thank you, Josh, for confessing you like pineapple on your pizza. Unsub.
You mother trucker.
You like pineapple on your pizza?
Absolutely, bro.
I love pineapple on my pizza, bro.
Oh, my man. Let's go. Boom, dude. Oh, shit. Yeah, no, I love pineapple.
My boy.
Dude, pepperoni, bacon, pineapple. It's a good combo.
My man. All right. Love you, chat.
Peace.